All right, this is the Dayton Historical Commission meeting on September 9th, and I'm, the microphone. Everybody can hear us?
Can hear it for minutes.
Right.
All right. The listing of matters are those reasonably anticipated by the chair, which may be discussed at the meeting. Not all items listed may in fact be discussed, and other items not listed may also be brought up for discussion to the extent permitted by law. This meeting is being recorded and will be available on Dayton's YouTube channel. I never see it on the cable channel.
Yeah, I think during the last week's Board of Selectmen meeting, Dave explained
Oh,
they're upgrading. the
oh,
system, so
okay,
That's why.
okay. So I'll call in the meeting to order.
6 o'clock.
Yep, and we'll have the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. So the secretary's report of August 12th, did everyone have a chance to take a look at it?
I misspelled the word suggested.
Yeah, I think that was that you probably were typing too fast.
Yes, I was writing too fast.
And
What else?
Segregated or?
Segregated is one T.
Okay.
Yeah, George
One thing.
Shove is SHOVE.
Did I put 2 T's, segregated?
No?
No,
What was the other one?
Shove, George Shove, and
What does it spell?
SHAUVE, it's SHOVE.
Not shove as in chauvinistic.
SHOVE, like
Yeah.
shove.
Yeah,
Okay.
other than that, I didn't see anything else.
The Pitts property, it's not small case P like your armpit. It's capital P, it's someone's last name. It's PITTS.
Where is it?
So look for a small P. We were talking about the property on William Street.
Oh, right here, I think,
Where is
right?
it?
You got the small P?
I see William Street.
Yeah, people are in, I didn't copy it, I don't have it.
Where?
Yeah,
ChatGPT, show me where small p is.
That's not how it works.
I'm just gonna put small p. Somewhere there. Go back to Microsoft Word.
Just do control search and
Yeah,
find Williams,
exactly.
and then you'll find it, or type in Pitts and you'll find it.
You guys are looking here and you're not finding it. That's why I thought
Whitmarsh,
maybe it
Willis
was in
House.
another section.
Whatever, all right. Moving on, what else?
Right here. The Pitt Store.
Oh, the pit
Sounds like an
store.
armpit.
So it's
P-I-T-T, P-I-T-T-S.
Capital P.
Family's last name is Pitt.
P-I-T-T-S. Pit,
They're not saying the store is the Pitts. They're not saying that either.
the pit store and mail station. Thank you.
Okay, so Rafa, I'm gonna sign this and give it to you. You have a scanner at home?
No, I don't.
You don't have a scanner?
No.
I'll scan it and send it to Shara then.
sounds good to me.
Okay.
Well, the town hall is a scanner.
All right. Oh, I'll entertain a motion to accept the minutes as amended.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Motions are accepted. I mean, the minutes are accepted. Pat, any remembrances?
Not that I know of. So if anyone has heard of someone who's passed, I did not hear of anyone. who's
I know
passed.
that Tom Borkwin passed away.
You did.
Yeah, he was,
Didn't he run for something?
yeah, and he,
Well,
Part of several committees, I think.
Yeah.
He was
Oh.
CPC, wasn't he?
he was on the CPC for a while and.
I didn't know him. Had he been ill?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
no, he was a nice guy,
Yeah,
you know, and he did run for selectman.
yeah. He
I know
pulled
that-
up, he pulled up papers at least
Yeah.
at times.
Right, right. So we'll remember him. Historical sharing. Pat, you're on.
All right.
Continuation from last month.
What I brought with me is a bunch of the Mount Hope's news. Mount Hope printed a newsletter. And like any newsletter from a business, wouldn't you expect to see about profits and new products and something business related? They printed a newsletter every month for several years. In fact, I have a very, very early cover. And they don't talk about business at all. They talk about the family that worked at Mount Hope. So you're going to see pictures of babies. You're going to see pictures of people in the service. And they went on vacation and so-and-so and so-and-so went to Martha's Vineyard. And that's what this whole book is full of. However, there's also some very historical things that we can learn. This was quick. And I'm going to put this book away. This is from October of 1941. And in the book, it says, town improvement. To all those who have a keen interest in the neat appearance of our town, the raising of 3 old houses on Spring Street will be good news. The homes referred to are those between the Mount Hope Hospital, everybody knows where that was, and the North Dayton Food Store. Head back toward, it's the post office, but they called it that. They have reached a ripe old age and have served the community for many years, which means we should knock them down. Their passing will enhance the beauty of the hospital property. How's that? We'll put a plug on it that way. Since a nice green lawn is planned in their place, formerly the property of the Dayton Furnace Company. See, there's a lot of stuff in here.
Right.
You just got to read it, and if it's what you're looking for, there's interesting stuff in here. They were purchased by John Thwaites in October of 1906. When it became evident that Mount Hope needed more tenements, the title again changed, so they bought it in 1919. It's just one little thing. All right, so what I did was, I took these and I put names on them of people that I thought would enjoy something out of here. Rafa, this one's yours. So there is a place marker in place. Please don't move it, but please feel free to look at the rest of it. You might find something. And Pat, yours is
Is that my
going right
house?
behind him for a specific reason. So again, don't take the marker out. Irene, this one's yours. Zach, this one's yours. Shara, this one's yours. Okay, so I'm going to start with mine. You can just look at them as you will, kind of thing. You've heard of Milton Knott, and you know that we had a VFW named for him. Well, how many of you have a face to put with the name? That was Milton Knott.
Yeah.
He was a serviceman. He obviously worked at Mount Hope. And he was the first Dayton person to lose their life in World War II. And that is why, see, it's back.
Oh, yeah.
It's very educational. These books have so much stuff. You just got to sit through and sip them. So if you ever know anybody that's throwing some out, you try to grab them.
Yeah.
Yard sales. If you ever
Okay.
see Mount Hope News, they printed it for many, many, many years. So that's one thing I wanted to tell you from this book. Another thing I wanted to tell you was there's again, a small little page here. The brick front house. There was a house demolished on Lincoln Avenue. Here we go. New items from around the plant. The brick front house at 85 Lincoln Avenue has been raised. So it was raised in August of 44. So we have a date. They're telling you something, but evidently there was this brick house with a brick front at 85 Lincoln Avenue. What number are you? 300? 400?
400, the first house.
So where's
in Lincoln.
85? That way or
No,
this way?
The first number. is
So the
100.
numbers changed.
Yeah.
Ah, okay,
1962, they renumbered everything.
okay. Well, this article, it's only a little paragraph.
Yeah.
It says, it was one of the old houses formerly owned by Dayton Manufacturing Company. Doesn't say anything about Milliken, Dayton Manufacturing Company. Its exact age was not known, but it was considered well over the century mark. So it was 100 years old when they knocked it down. Again, it's just little pieces. We're all about this. We look for stuff and some of this is like right under your nose and we don't know to look in these kind of things.
Oh, no.
Okay, I want to show you this picture. Mine had really good stuff in it. What do you think I kept it for? So, a picture of this building. This building
Yeah.
here.
Yep.
You might have heard we had an Odd Fellows building.
Yes.
That was it. It was going to be raised in August of 44. The recreation hall, that was the recreation hall for Mount Hope, which was originally built by the Oddfellows, is being raised, and the hill it has stood on dug away. You know, when you're heading down the boulevard, on your left-hand side, that parking lot that's right when you get from Spring Street to the boulevard?
Yeah.
That's where it was.
Oh,
So I'm not telling you they had to knock it down to build the boulevard. It was to the left of the boulevard.
Right.
But there was a hill there. They took all the dirt out. It says, it's proposed to have a parking lot. So where it was is now the parking lot. It's to your left.
Yeah.
But that was the Oddfellows house. I mean, it looks like in really good condition.
it does, yeah.
But, progress
Wow,
being
yeah.
whatever. And so we.
It was
knocked
in their
down.
way.
Exactly. It was
Yeah.
just in the wrong place.
Developers.
Yeah.
But we asked about that before, like, where was that place? You know,
Right.
well, that's a
Right.
picture of
You wouldn't
it.
have known if these didn't exist, yeah.
These things are a wealth of information.
Wow.
Okay, Rafa.
Super cool.
Lincoln Paper Mill.
Please. So there's a picture of a man who worked at the Lincoln Paper Mill for like, what, 50 years? Charles Lincoln.
That's him. Anybody recognize him?
Who knows where Lincoln Paper Mill was?
Oh, yeah, I do.
At the end of Lincoln Ave.
Yeah.
On Spring Street, but it was like way pushed in kind of thing. And this man worked for the paper mill for so many years, and then he went over to work for Mount Hope Machinery.
Interesting.
Okay, where's your other marker? Because it's someone that you know.
Did you move the marker or did you not move the marker?
I'm
Where is
afraid you
it?
might have moved the
I might have
marker.
slipped it or something.
It's right here. Is
Oh, there
that?
it is. That is.
Please.
9 Mil P. White Jr. was Woody's grandfather.
And I know you know Woody, so his
Well,
grandfather,
everybody knows Woody.
this is him. So,
Oh, my God. He does look like Woody.
oh, he does.
Oh, my God.
He looks like his
Woody.
grandfather on his mother's
Oh,
side.
my God.
Woody knows many things. So,
Has this article though.
yes, he has, because
Okay.
he's had that picture, and I gave him a book with his grandfather's picture in it. So anyway, he was in the service.
Wow.
Everybody.
Does your
Woody's
article
grandfather.
talk about him being caught and being a prisoner of war? He was a prisoner of war. So that's his picture, and he loved to write in. He liked to be called Buck, by the way. That was his nickname, Buck. So
So he writes-
read this little thing. It's very short.
Hello, Pete. Just a line to let you know that I'm well and hope you are the same. Pete, I was very sorry that I did not see you while I was on furlough, but I will make sure to see you if I have the chance to have a 3-day pass. Pete, will you see that I get a Mount Hope news every month?
Doesn't it sound like
Thank
Woody?
you.
Come on. That's where I'm going. Go ahead, keep going.
Yeah, I do. Oh, that's it. It ends right there, Bart.
It's a very short little thing.
Yeah.
So he became a prisoner of war. Okay, end of your book. Pat,
So mine is Harry Baxter Green,
which I put because,
because that's Joey's grandfather.
so it's her husband's grandfather is in that.
So Harry lived in North Dayton. He lived on Pearl Street, he and Maud. He used to walk down School Street to go fishing in the 3 Mile River. He worked at Mount Hope.
Yep.
He also, after he stopped working, he hung wallpaper in a lot of the houses in North Dayton. So he's at the North Dayton Men's Club for annual Ladies' Night of North Dayton Men's.
Why, of course.
So the annual Ladies' Night of North Dayton Men's Club was held on Wednesday evening, April 14th, and will be long remembered by those attending. A very interesting entertainment was provided by the men, starting with selections by Hal King on the piano accordion. Following this came a comic sketch entitled The Awkward Squad by Thatcher Party, Leland Bullard, who was Elaine
Mrs.
Varley's
Varley's
father.
Dad, yep.
Robert Phillips and Harry Baxter Green acting as privates and Harold Phillips as drill master. This was a laugh-provoking affair and thoroughly enjoyed by the audience.
Excellent. Can you find the little article that on another paper? There should be something about Woody's grandfather. So now he's a prisoner of war.
Oh, and here on the same page,
You see something about Manuel White? Prisoner of war.
How was he held by Germans?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Mr. and Mrs. Manuel P. White of Main Street
Yep.
have received official notification from the American Red Cross that their son, Manuel P. White Jr., has been a prisoner of the Germans in Africa. Bucky, as he was called by friends in town, had not been heard from for some months until this word was received by his parents. That is super cool.
And in one of them, he's freed.
Wow.
So isn't that
Yeah.
neat? That's Woody's grandfather. He goes in the service and his mom
It must
and
be his
dad are
mother's-
on Main Street.
Wow.
Must be his mother's maternal grandfather.
Is
It
this,
is, it is.
this is him here.
Yes, all right, look at the outfit. Again, does that not look like a Woody?
Yeah.
So it's Mr.
Would you wear a hat like that?
Woody would.
He probably has
He
some.
would, no, it's,
So he was
he's
missing in
flamboyant
action
that way.
in North Africa, and they last heard from him in January. And this was in 1943. He was 37 years of age and attended the Dayton schools and was employed by the Mount Hope Finishing Company when he entered the Army last July. He had two brothers in the Army, Corporal John White in North Africa and PFC Anthony White in Colorado. Another brother, Daniel, lives in Dayton. That's cool.
That is, isn't it neat?
Wow.
There's
Yeah.
people we know, you know these things. I honestly don't remember, Zach, what I checked off.
Well, mine has, it says Dorothy Perry is our
Oh, yes.
100-year-old Boston Post came recipient.
And find her name, find out what she was doing in the Mount Hope News.
She and Crystal Smith visited Dorothy's sister Sybil in Washington DC during August.
Right, like, who cares? No, but I mean, the magazine
like
is
that.
about the people
The
who
people.
work there and their lives and.
That's
So-
amazing.
So the war was such a big deal because of course the war is a big deal. But when you
Yeah.
turn the page, if you see some babies being born or kids doing things for a baseball team, but our Dorothy Perry, who is our current
Yeah.
recipient at 102, was listed in there because she went on vacation.
Oh,
And the current, and
Isn't that neat?
coincidentally, the page
Yes.
before that is of the Leo Karen.
That's the one that I thought
Yeah.
might be a relative of yours. but you
Yeah.
told me no.
And then your note also said first page Lenny Hull.
Yes, go on the very
Yeah.
front inside cover.
I just found
See-
Joey's uncle in this.
See the list of honor roll?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hit the H's.
Yeah.
That has to be his dad. That has to be.
Leonard E. Hall, Leonard E. Hall. I
Yeah,
mean, come on, it's gotta be.
But I mean, we know Lenny Hull and his father
that's
is
his dad.
listed there, like, wow.
Wait, the ones, the other names, are these all Dayton residents or?
Yeah.
It's the Mount Hope Finishing Honor Roll. So if they lived in Taunton but worked at Mount Hope, then they're included there.
Who's that on the
They're
cover?
included.
Because there's a
Is that Milliken on the cover?
I don't know who that is.
Private Edward F. Karen. My dad's dad was Edward G. Karen. And there's a John Karen, but that Edward Karen could be a relative.
But they worked at Mount Hope. I'm not saying they
He
lived.
lives
in-
here, right, but,
Right.
Okay,
right, wow.
So Pat, you missed Private Alvin Baxter Green. That's Joey's uncle.
there you go.
He was in World War II.
That's the book for you,
So, and he
boy.
asked his friends to write him at Company L, 329th Infantry Camp Atterbury, Indiana. And that's. He passed away maybe 5 years ago, five,
Oh,
6 years ago. He was 90-something years old.
But I just think they're the most wonderful books.
This
And,
is
and people
great.
give them away because they don't want them anymore. But we're a historical commission. This is the kind
I
of
just
stuff
don't
we
get
want.
it.
People throw them away. No, people throw them out. All right, what else you got, Zach? Are you it?
That was me, that was it for me.
Okay, what do you got, Cheryl?
Okay, I got Mount Hope Pharmacy.
There was an ad.
Oh,
for
yeah.
Pharmacy, which of course is no
Yes.
longer in existence.
Right.
And I-
That's interesting.
If you read it, it's like, all they're handing out is like cough drops and nothing.
Yeah.
Really,
Sunglasses, deodorant.
There we go,
Yeah.
deodorant. We're gonna sell
Yeah,
deodorant.
suntan lotion.
Like, who cares?
Yeah, it's crazy.
What else you got?
Hospital births, at Mount Hope.
So you know that in this month and day, the Mount Hope Hospital was not only in operation, but
Yeah,
all these people who were
who
born,
were born right here.
but they, again, they worked, well, I wouldn't say they had to work there because you could have a baby at Mount Hope Hospital
Yes.
if you didn't work there.
Right.
It cost you something. The other people got it for nothing.
Wow.
Wow.
Isn't that neat?
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
so neat.
So I'm not sure of the exact date that they closed their doors, but the
Yeah.
point is, they were in full swing there.
Yeah,
What
and
year
that's
is that, Sarah?
1942. So all the births in 1942.
Yeah.
Yeah, at Mount Hope. That's super cool.
Isn't it neat? I just thought you'd like that.
I did. Yeah,
And
I
then Irene told me when I have the advertisements for places, that you had an aunt and uncle. Finish the sentence for me. They ran like a little
we call it like a convenience store today. And it's on South Street there, almost across from Mellows.
Yeah.
Like right
Garage.
after Freight.
Because
You know that street?
It's got two bumped out portions.
Yeah.
That was the front of the store.
Those are her people.
They were, and my
Oh.
grandfather Karen, who lived in Taunton, it was his sister, I think sister or sister-in-law, that ran that. And we used to go as kids every once in a while to visit her, and we would be lucky we could get a ring ding or a, a little cupcake thing or whatever. And she had the most extensive salt and pepper shaker collection that was in a glass cabinet. I don't ever know what happened to that, but I can remember her, going
And
there.
what's in your book? I honestly.
You said war bonds?
Yes. The people from Mount Hope sent all of their employees who were overseas, a carton of cigarettes. Now, back then, they didn't know about the evils of cigarettes. Well, some people didn't smoke. So they got war bonds sent to their home for their family. I mean, how nice is that? So, yes, when Woody's grandfather asked about it, they sent them a newsletter, they sent them cigarettes, so that we're thinking of you.
Yeah.
They were very people. I'm
Yeah.
not saying they were wonderful. I'm just saying, this is their newsletter. There's not a thing in there about profits or anything.
Political,
that you would
yeah,
expect.
yeah.
All
This
it is
pretty
is
cool.
about the family.
Even
of
one
people.
page is not dedicated to it at all. There's
Nothing,
in it.
nothing. It's all, here's a baby, here's a baseball team, here's a clam bake.
Oh
And
my
that's,
God, they
It
have,
just flipped over and it says Dayton man is liberated.
there you go.
Among
She's
New
got the one.
Englanders who recently were liberated from a German prison camp on April 26th by American forces was PFC Manuel P. White Jr., son of Mr. and Mrs. Manuel P. White of Dayton,
And what's the date on your book on the outside?
June of 1945.
Okay, so he was there for a while.
Yeah.
they
I
have,
mean, you have him being captured, you have him not, the family doesn't know, and then here we go. I
I
mean, isn't
just
that
happened to
nice?
flip it.
It gives, I know it was in somebody's, but I just didn't remember where it was.
they have the stats of the Mount Hope softball league.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
The teams were the finishers, the dyers, the folders, and the packers. I love that.
And then the other thing she had is a little thing on Clint Rose, who
Oh,
ran
yes.
Dayton red and white, and they
Oh,
have
yes.
a picture of him.
So there's Clint Rose when he was a young man. And
he
for
was
those of
highly-
you,
Jeff said he was highly decorated throughout. World War
and he
II.
has a little bridge named after
Yeah,
him,
he
doesn't he?
does, yeah.
And of course, there's a picture of the red, white, the red and white that he ran for a zillion years.
Yeah.
But it's just, that was him, before all of that,
Yeah.
I didn't know that red and white was a common, it's sort of like a Trukey's or sort of like a little
Yeah.
peach. There were a lot of little peaches. There were a lot of red
Red
and
and
whites.
whites.
I didn't know that.
I
I
didn't know
thought
that.
our red and white was the red and white.
Me too.
No, it's not.
Of course, it's the red and white.
Yeah.
That's what we
Well,
remember,
but
yeah.
I thought it was a one and only.
Me too.
There's one in Seekonk maybe or something like that, or.
Exactly, but I never knew that. And so after he served, obviously, in the service, but he was at Mount Hope. And then after I don't know how many years, he opened up Red and White. But they're beautiful pictures. They're just nice.
How
stuff.
many of these do you have?
And if anybody's getting rid of some, I'll take.
Yeah.
Oh, but I wanted to show you this, and I grabbed this at the last minute. And I put it in here because it's so frail. Oh. So I said to my son, when did they start writing the Mount Hope News? And so this shows you that. in
Oh my God, look at the year.
They made a calendar. So this was
Oh
all
my
part of, and of course, it's not going to be in color because you know what that would cost? So
Yeah,
I have November of 1919, you have February. This was a calendar, of course, with pictures of,
Right,
but these are like,
Is that the factory?
yeah,
yeah.
wicked old. You can see they're in lovely condition. Entrance to Mount Hope Avenue, front of Mill. So that's before a lot was built, I'd say.
Right, yeah.
But it was 1919, so that's what that is. So every month you would get this publication. And of course, some of them had color photos on it, and some of them, okay, this is in 1941, there was no color photo, it's just very plain. But if they've done something since 1919, and they stopped, of course, when they closed up. So anyway, I just brought those in to show you, and if you ever happen to see some, the stuff you learn,
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
And helpful for the National Register form too.
Yeah.
Like information that Stacy would never be able to find unless she found these things.
Exactly.
Right, she did look at them when she was at the society, because we have some of those too, some of the years.
How many you
Some of-
have? A lot?
I think there's 2 boxes of them.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah, but I think some of them are like duplicates. There's more of one year than others, you know, so.
So were they monthly?
Yes, yeah, monthly for years, for years. So that is what I wanted to bring and share with you, an appreciation of the Mount Hope News.
Well, I just think that's fabulous.
It is.
Now I have to go to look to see for Joey's family. Always
I
looking-
enjoy actually looking at the fashion back then.
Oh, yeah.
yes.
Hairstyle. everything.
Yeah.
And the wedding photos.
Yeah.
Because what woman wore in the 40s versus what woman
Yeah.
wore in the 20s and 10s. You can
Yes.
tell sort of by the headpieces.
Yeah.
And the gowns. No, I like all that.
Very nice.
That's it.
Thank you, Kat.
you.
That was great. All right. Makes me want to just go and do like genealogy and history
I know,
stuff.
'cause
Never
it
mind
does.
the rest of it.
You learn something, it's like, ooh, and you look for something else.
That's right. Those rabbit holes.
Rabbit holes.
Those rabbit holes are really something. All right, our budget, we didn't have any expenditures, so we still have $600. Next is preserving memories of Dayton. Any updates, Zach?
John has been compiling all this information and he was away for vacation, but he
Okay.
said that he's gonna give me some dates. Cable's ready to go and when we are, we just gotta get some dates to them.
Okay.
Irene, what, you said you had to talk to your husband about
Yeah.
possible dates?
He was a little resistant at first, and I talked him into it.
Okay,
I
okay.
said, you know, your oral history of the fire department when you started, you know,
And it's
this is a lot.
whatever he wants to talk about. I'm not gonna be like,
It's on the department.
I'm not gonna drop any like, like bombs on him. It's not that kind of interview, so it's,
And I said, you know, he was gonna check with Chris McGee to see if they had some still old stuff, because he wanted to check on that.
oh, okay.
I told him, I said, we had information over at the Historical Society, we've got a whole
Right.
binder. He was looking for a certain thing, I guess, or whatever. But he'd be willing. I said, you know, even to talk about your growing up in Dayton,
Yeah,
you're living right in that area, finally settling at Muddy Cove, you worked at ICI after you came back from the service. I said, then you transferred over to the fire department, where he was in it for 33 years.
It's a long time.
And the last 8 years, he was fire chief.
Mhm.
And so he said, anytime in October, he said
Okay.
maybe a Friday afternoon if possible. He gave me either the 8th or the 15th of October.
I'll just have to check with
Well, that's what I told him.
With town hall being closed on Friday, I mean, I don't care. It's just a matter of, I don't know if town hall will do it when they're closed.
Okay, I'll just let him know.
I mean, I asked them about weekends and they're like, well, the only time that we film on weekends is if there's an event, something where it's happening on a weekend and we kind of have to film it.
Evening, if they had an evening available.
Evenings, I thought evenings were out because of meetings. I assumed that they would be preoccupied filming, but they said, no, they said evenings are great, as long as nothing's happening right in the meeting room next door and which is not ready to be a meeting room yet. So, I think evenings would probably be the best time to do it.
Because I even said to him, if he wanted to look through the binder that
Right.
we have at the Historical
Yep.
Society, just to kind of give him, you know, he's not a person that wants to talk about what he's accomplished. He's
Mhm.
very
That's,
quiet. And I said, no, it would be the department as a whole. I said, you were in charge of the biggest fire Dayton ever had
yeah,
with the dog track.
Mhm.
I mean, he was
that would be,
the
I
incident.
would
with him.
love to talk about that. That would be fast. I think
He's
that.
got some pictures from that fire.
That, I don't, yeah, that probably aren't readily available.
What is it? His Deputy Chief Perry, his wife took. You know, and then I've got one big one that she had blown up that I've got hanging on the wall. I said, you've got that, you've got stuff that you've seen, things that you've, you know, accomplished in your 8 years as fire chief. You were in the middle of 9/11, you know, so he's got more than what he realizes.
Yeah.
Yes.
If he wants to, use the notebook like as a
Yeah,
a memory jogger. He's more than welcome to take a look at it and,
yeah, well, that's what I told
Yeah.
him. I said, we've got that, I said, in
Yeah.
fact, I worked on some of the stuff too,
Right.
so it's, I
right,
don't know exactly when he started. He was a young man when he started and was living in town. And he was one of the first intermediate EMTs that they had, so he's done a lot between the ambulance and the fire department.
good. That'll be a good interview.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
He
Okay.
just needs that little push. So, October
Okay.
is fine.
Okay, cool.
And he said, an afternoon if possible, and I forgot Friday, town hall is
Yeah.
closed.
I'm not saying that they wouldn't do it on a Friday, but I feel bad asking them, but
Sometimes
They are there on.
they're there on.
they are.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe I'll ask about those 2 Fridays first and I'll say, if you cannot those Fridays, then we'll,
Then we'll work on, yeah. then
Okay.
you'll
It's
work on.
usually done with dialysis by 3 in the afternoon anyway,
okay,
so.
perfect.
Okay.
I did my homework.
Yeah, perfect.
Good job. So we have walking brochures.
Done.
Yay. These are the ones. I picked them up today.
Wow, they came out really well, really nice. The spacing looks good.
The touch.
Yeah,
Will we have to pay anything else out of pocket? Or?
We have, it was $85 for 100. And then there was a $45 charge for the formatting of it. For the format files. So, but once that's done, I mean, they have it. We want to ever make copies, it's all set.
Wow, I love how they came out. That's perfect. So whatever, the grant, not the grant, the donation, the gift that we had, donation will cover it?
Yeah, because that was $350.
Very, very nice.
yeah, this,
I like the off-white color. I like the
Yes.
background.
Feels good.
I like Everything. It
Feels
feels
good.
nice, yes.
yes, this is.
We did you sample some of the texture of the papers? Because I wasn't there for that part of it, but did you just tell them what you're looking for?
I told him what I was looking for, and then Jack Letty was there and he's pulled out, he said, I suggest this paper, so.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Oh, they come out. nice.
Excellent.
Yeah. this
Wow,
came out
I'm
really good.
actually impressed with how
Yeah,
everything does line up pretty good. And I was worried about the quality of the pictures, because on the computer they look good, but I'm like, how are the pictures, how are these gonna look when they're printed? But I'm blown away with how good it actually came out.
That's great.
No, that,
So what's the final cost of them?
so the final cost is $215. It was 85 for each set, one for the Dayton Wharves, 100 for the Dayton Wharves, and 100 for the Quorum Shipyard. And a format files supplied was a $45 charge. So it's $215. And I have the invoice, so I'll entertain a motion to pay the invoice of $215 to Deval Printing.
So moved.
Is there a second?
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
But we're gonna get reimbursed for that, right?
That's coming out of the grant.
Okay.
And then whatever's left of the grant, we can use it again to print more, or is that grant gonna okay, so that grant, even though there's a remainder of that grant, it's still ours?
Yeah,
Oh, good.
yep. So Rafa and Pat, if you can just sign both.
Oh, they did a nice job.
Yeah.
Yeah, they came out great.
It was funny because when they sent it to me to prove, Pat, this is what I didn't, not that I didn't, I wasn't intentionally not telling you, but the way that I had it formatted, there was so much space and I was like, that looks awful. And it wasn't then, it was the way I formatted. So I was like, can I edit them? Like, yeah, just change whatever you want. So I have to make the spacing different, but it worked out.
Yeah, so and then they had to take what you did and play with it to get it.
Right, so that was part of the formatting charge, because whatever I gave them wasn't perfect, but they
Right.
were able to, so
Yeah.
it's almost like the labor that took them to do
Right.
that part, which is understandable,
Right.
and I knew that was gonna happen.
Right. So, I sent everyone, well, I made a draft of the letter that's going to the property owners. Does anyone have any suggestions, changes?
Pat's gonna hand it up.
I thought what you said was fine. I found your first sentence to be a little aggressive. And if you put the first sentence second and take your second sentence and
Okay.
put it first,
Yeah.
it sounds like you're more,
You know, I
Pleasing
thought
and
the
pleasant.
same thing.
it just sounds like, I'm gonna tell you, we're gonna go see your house. Wow, you're a little aggressive there, that's all.
That's
But I
okay.
like your wording. I thought everything was lovely. but
Okay.
I would just reverse the first sentence. to the second.
Perfect.
Pat saying, we're gonna come to your house. Isn't that nice?
But the second sentence is so, in ongoing.
I know, I
So
know.
Like, aren't we good people who are doing this? And then, oh, by the way, your house is included.
Yeah.
We're coming to your house.
See, when you write things on your own, you know, like you got it in your head, it's like perfect.
They're lovely words.
What you said is perfect. I
No,
agree.
Yes.
perfect. I do see that, so not a problem. Anyone else? That's why I send it to people.
So they'll get a copy of the two brochures.
Right. Right.
I think we'll need more brochures, Pat.
I was thinking that. How many are you mailing out?
Because if you
How
want-
many does that affect?
Right, because think about what you're mailing out. You want to leave.
Oh, it's only, the one in the historical district,
Yeah, but how
so
Yeah, 10.
10 at the most,
Okay,
yeah.
so
then-
you got 100.
And you want to leave some there at the library when they're done.
We'll leave some at the library,
And
some at town
Yeah.
hall.
so that's obviously after the tour.
They should
But-
go.
Yeah,
I think we're gonna need more.
So this is not just a one-time event, it's continuous.
people can take them and go and walk
The
on
history
their
hasn't
own.
changed.
Yeah,
We're not gonna necessarily host more unless there's a
Right.
demand for it, but
right. So now that we're talking about, you know, hosting the tour, we're talking about dates. I don't know, the fall is filling up like really fast. And some things we have to think about too is, how big a group do we want? Do we want to cap it, say like at 15 people? Because walking down the street, you know, there aren't really, there's sidewalks on Pleasant Street. But not after you cross the bridge. There's not in the historic district, there's not sidewalks. So you're on the road, the
Watch out for
same,
those guys doing 75 miles an hour with pickup trucks.
oh, they speed on there, on Pleasant Street. They would come around the corner when I was growing up, you could hear
Yeah,
them.
they're everywhere.
Yeah. And on Water Street, there isn't any sidewalks either, you know, so,
will we need police detail then?
if we need a police detail, you end up paying.
Just wear one of
Can't
those
they
like
go?
bright vests.
Your
Just
time.
wear one of those.
I'm gonna stick,
orange shirts
I'm gonna stick with no sidewalks. I'm just saying, if there's no sidewalks on part of it, then we gotta cap it at like 15 max,
Mm,
which is light. Ideally, it's light, who knows? Or have way more than one session throughout the day. Because 15 is light
mm,
and more than that would be unsafe, I think,
That was, the-
especially no sidewalks.
right.
Yeah.
You know, I was thinking, because I've done walking tours with, you know, other people. I did the one in Taunton, the ones in Taunton, they all have sidewalks.
And kind of people were there on max. Well-
I think they capped those even at 20, 25.
Because
I
then you
think so. I was
can't,
And they have sidewalks.
Yeah. You know, and they offer them, you know, frequently.
So then do we do 3? Like one at 10, 12 and 2 or whatever? Oh, not, maybe not necessarily that.
we need to
Slot.
probably figure out how long it's gonna take to,
You want them to go do a dry run
yeah.
of just us and we'll time it. But we need to do that like soon
Mm,
to get it in for this fall.
right, because I was looking at what's going on in my life. Like I have September 28th, it's a Sunday, October 19th is a Sunday, and Saturday, October 25th.
All days that you can't do.
I can do. The rest is like already claimed.
Sunday, we
What's
said?
Yeah.
Sundays aren't,
what's Columbus Day weekend?
That's like the 11th, 12th.
Okay,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, the 19th isn't terrible.
the 19th, I've got a thing with the America's Tapestry, but you know, you don't need me there. You're gonna do,
Yeah, but you should be at the, we should be.
the 19th, we're having the coordinator for the America's Tapestry is coming.
yeah, yeah.
I don't think,
That's fine.
I think the 28th is way too short notice.
Yeah, that's when I wrote that down. I'm like, oh, that's sooner than we think.
Yeah,
I mean, short notice to us to prepare and also get people
Because we have
notified.
to do some publicity.
Mhm.
Right.
yeah.
The 25th, we're getting a little colder, but is it gonna be that much colder than what the 19th would have been? I mean, I've seen Halloween's, last year on Halloween, it was 70 degrees out and it was muggy.
And we've seen snow.
And we've seen snow on Halloween, right? So I mean, I don't think the 25th is awful.
Pray for nice weather, period.
I think the 25th could be good. That will give us plenty of time to promote and to practice. Or time, I should say, not practice per se, but,
Okay.
We can do a practice walking tour.
well, yeah, that's
For
what
that.
we have to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to go out there, actually walk it.
Hmm.
Are you allowing questions during your talk?
No.
Because if you are, you can't say it's going to be 10 minutes.
No.
If you get some chatty person
Right, because, and oftentimes there is, a chatty person.
or somebody who's going to correct you and they're going to,
Yeah.
because they know more than you do.
Right.
They're going to tell you about the tour.
Or whenever we do
I've
it,
had that happen
We
before.
have, we
Yeah.
always will.
if it takes 8 minutes, all right, add on another 10. 15 minutes and like I had that buffer for like, okay, in reality, it took us 8 minutes, but let's say it'll actually take us 15 more on top of whatever it actually was.
Okay, not a bad idea.
I don't know, so.
Yeah, I mean, you can actually say, like, we say we're gonna try to get it in within an hour, which you can do there,
Mhm.
because it's really just the 3 in the Quorum Shipyard and then the wharfs and the 3 on Pleasant
When
Street.
would
So
you-
it's more time walking.
Yeah.
As people are walking, you can kind of like,
How long do you need to prepare the script?
probably not long.
Like a week, 2 weeks? Because we should probably plan when we should probably decide when the dry run would be too.
Why don't we plan like the 28th for the dry run?
September?
Yeah,
It's up to you. I mean,
not everybody, anyone who's interested can come,
What time?
I can do, I can be there.
this Sunday, I don't know, 11?
Yeah,
the morning?
fine for me.
Okay.
September 28th.
Mhm.
28,
Is a dry run.
11 o'clock.
Yeah, and I get back from my conference on the 26th, that works.
Oh, you're off to another conference?
Park at the little park there.
Yeah, we'll park at Tricentennial Park and, because that's where we told the people
Correct.
to park. And we can figure it out from there.
Okay.
What time?
11. All right. And that will give us an idea about how it's gonna work. But I think we have to limit to, say, 15.
I think so. I said especially to the sidewalks. It make me nervous.
Yeah. And then I thought of talking to Dave Marvel too for cable. See if he wants to.
I did ask him kind of about that because when I was
Yeah.
talking to him about the library
Yeah.
opening and how they mentioned filming that. And I was like, do you have a microphone that because it's gonna be outside. I
Right.
said, do you have a PA system? Like, how does that work? And he said, yeah, we do get a microphone that we use. That's all.
Okay, I went to an outside event as you were there, dressed up in that outfit.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that outfit that she?
Never to be mentioned again.
Oh, but.
She did.
I need to know about this. So filming, the cable process was disruptive at an outdoor venue when you had a tripod that had to be, excuse me. So people are there to see this event. That wasn't smooth. So we need to improve upon that.
Mm,
You're not gonna have people stepping in the street to get away from this tripod.
No.
Excuse me.
no, yeah.
Ah!
Does it have like a small camera that? you
I have
can
no
walk
idea what he's
around
got.
No
with?
idea.
I'll
'Cause that
see
was the-
him Thursday and I can ask.
Yeah, ask him about it. Yeah. Okay.
'Cause that was the problem in the cemetery.
Include microphone too.
Terry, where Pat had on
Like-
that outfit?
That's
You bringing that up?
the outfit
No,
not
I'm
to be
just saying-
mentioned
I'm
again.
not saying
Not to
the
be called
outfit,
by
I'm
name.
saying In the cemetery, when each.
We know, but it was that day.
So part of the problem there was they didn't have a microphone.
Mhm.
So that really was 2 issues. One, there wasn't a microphone, so not everyone could hear. And the second one is what Pat is saying is the logistics of having the camera move
Yeah.
and set up and move and set up,
Because sometimes when people videotape, they don't have it sitting on a tripod. they walk around.
That's what I'll ask if he
Yeah.
has one like that.
I would,
What is-
I mean, I would
yeah.
assume that they would, they have a lot of equipment down
Well,
there.
I'm sure he wanted it to be as professional as possible and keeping the camera as steady. as
We'll make it look that way,
This is intent.
rather than it like,
I got you. I'm just saying, for the rest of the people involved,
Yeah, you
it didn't
can't.
work.
Yeah. Okay.
I wonder, and I've heard of walking tours doing this, supplying safety vests to people.
Ooh.
I wonder if the highway department they must have tons,
I bet you they do.
especially if it's only 10 or 15.
That reminds me, I have a couple that I borrowed 6 years ago, I never returned them.
Why'd you,
Doing the
why'd you borrow those?
Borrowing. You mean he borrowed.
Borrowed them.
I borrowed them along with those 2 metal rods, sharp
Oh.
stick to pick up the trash.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bring the safety vest.
I didn't know you were a person.
He's gonna multitask. Look. We're gonna go on a tour and he's picking up trash.
People are gonna think he's a convict.
Kill 2 birds with 1
Do you have
stone.
some black and white stripe you could wear? No.
Orange.
Orange.
There-
Papa, get moving.
So then we have to make like a flyer and how we're gonna have people sign up if they sign up through our historical commission email or through Facebook. Can they sign, they can sign up through Facebook or they just indicate that they're coming?
Do you know how to do an Eventbrite?
Yeah,
Would you want it on Facebook, though? You
Why
might end
not?
up with 50 million people.
But you cap it, you're saying the first 15.
but there's no guarantee that 15 people show up. It could be less, like half.
I
So,
don't think so,
what do you mean? You don't think so?
because the night that Mark was going to give his pre-thing,
Yeah,
I didn't realize that they changed the date because they double booked this room.
Oh, they
And there were
changed the
people-
time, yeah.
There were
Time.
people that I've never seen before that were out here with me asking questions.
yeah.
So you may end up with more than you.
I wouldn't be surprised. This is the first time we've done anything like this for
Right.
our
Right.
properties, so to speak.
So were you planning on the day of the actual day of the tour to do 3 separate tours?
If you limit it to 10 to 15 people, I would think 2 will
Yeah.
cut it.
No,
I think.
Especially if you're gonna put something in the new library, you're gonna have 5 times many people seeing that because it's a
Yeah.
new library than what you would have before.
yeah,
So that's gonna increase the likeliness of people even being exposed to the information, whether they would come or not, different story. But way more eyes are gonna see it if it's in
Oh,
the new
yeah.
library.
And we can post it on the front of the doors at town hall, you know what I mean? We
Yeah,
can.
right.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. You might even need 4.
Oh, or maybe we do 2 and then we say, oh, sorry, wait till spring.
I mean,
But the thing is, people then that are on, they could also take the brochures
and do it themselves.
right,
themselves.
right.
That's part of the goal is not
That's
just
the whole point.
that.
And the whole point of it, it was written to be like that.
Right,
Mm.
right. I mean, if you're doing the walking tour, there'll be a little bit more information,
Right, yeah.
You're not gonna read.
You're
this.
not, you're not just gonna sit there and read the brochure.
Right,
Anyone can do that part.
right.
Sounds good.
All right, well.
Imagine if you're the owner,
Progress.
if you're the owner of one of these houses, you look at the window, there's somebody staring at your house.
Hey, public. As long as you're not, on the property, going to the curtains being like, oh, I do see that fireplace.
You know,
Who are you? I'm
if
gonna call
I
the
was one
police.
of those people,
Get
I
off
think
my
I'd be
property.
kind of honored that, my house is in a historical.
I-
district. People are interested in the
Well,
history.
We would think that.
There's, 2 groups that you're gonna have, the people that are gonna feel honored and those that. don't.
Get off of my property.
Yeah.
Not that we'd be on it, not that we'd be on it, we
Yeah.
would be on the property.
Right,
But they must know, most of them that are, their houses are featured, must know that, yeah, they are historical and there's gonna be people stopping, even if they stop just, oh, this is a historical house, I wonder what this is
because
about.
people will stop if they think, well, of course, we don't have signage that say that it's National Register districts,
Yeah.
but they do stop and look at historical houses,
Mhm.
so.
There's one on Pleasant Street, right, with a historical marker that we awarded, the greenhouse, and the owners moved someplace.
Oh,
I just realized, remember that picture of the Dayton Wharf sign?
Mhm,
What happened?
That was in 1712.
mhm.
I wonder if it's still there.
Ooh.
We don't remember who painted it, and it said Dayton Wharf
I know,
Historic District. But it was hanging up in 1712. It's probably, I don't know how much they cleaned that place out, but it's still in there. I know it's not an official designated marker,
I think they would have taken that.
Yeah, I would have thought. they-
but where did that person take it from who put it up in the restaurant?
It was given to them.
Oh, it was, okay. Not that I'm like laying claim to it, but I'm saying if no one cares what happens to it and we want to save
Yeah.
it, we should go get it. Or
Yeah.
find a way to get it, but
Good question though.
it's a sting operation, come on. We'll put Irene out there. She's the less suspicious of all of us.
Yeah. Usually the,
Ross was definitely not meaning to do it.
usually the quiet ones.
Okay, so we're good on the letter. We have a semi-plan to get this thing going. We have a date for a dry run for the 28th. That helps me because I know that I can have a little script done by then.
Are we gonna set a date for that whole walk? I know we.
The 25th.
Okay,
walk.
okay.
It's a Saturday. Okay,
Aye, Captain.
What time?
I mean, that's gonna be to be determined based on how many we need probably.
yeah. Okay. All right, historical markers update. Anything, Rafa?
Nope.
Nothing from, was it Mike Rose?
No.
All right, it's time to call him.
Yeah.
Because we have this building. The library, the schoolhouse. And plus we have the two from Chase Street that had ordered signs,
Woody's
Yeah.
and another.
his neighbor, yeah. Okay, you can follow up on that. You know, if we need to, just let me know. We can go visit him again too. So the significant properties I started working on. So I'm putting the properties we've talked about into a spreadsheet with their address, and getting their Macris numbers and a space for a short criteria statement. And a date that we voted the property significant, like we've already done a couple of buildings. So I figure, like, we just have to decide why we think it's significant, put it in. So then if a question comes up about the building in the future, we just have to check our list and say, oh, it's right here. This is the reason why, and it's done.
In the project I was working on about the street names,
Yeah.
by doing so, I've also found out more properties like, oh, it's probably that this property is where the Cobbs lived of Cobbs Lane. So my list is somewhat changed based on more information I found. So
Yeah.
I'll email you more. updated
Okay.
list.
So, so more to come on that. Pat, do you have any more thing on the demolish of historic properties?
Nope.
I do have,
I did read what you sent us that you were communicating with Myrna.
yeah,
My only comment on that whole thing was, when we spoke last month and I said, what's the significance of putting together this list of properties? And you said, it's so when we're not here, they'll know what are the significant properties.
Yeah.
And then you send me something that was written, 40 years ago? And they put the significant properties and next to it demolished, 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 demolished. So in other words, they know what's significant. I mean,
yeah.
it's out there. It's been done before.
I see what you're
It's been
saying.
done before.
It's been done before, but there's no record of it.
Sure there is. Macros. Sure
No,
there is.
yeah, you have that, but we have to decide why it's significant. Oh, you're talking about your demolished ones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So we're not going to we're not going to find a new house next week that was made 150 years ago. So
Right, I see
the
what you're
old
saying.
houses are still old, and how many years ago Myrna put together this list? And then you see what date they were raised, they were demolished, they were raised, they were. So that list already exists.
Mhm.
The important houses are already out there.
she sent me another list to a partial listing. And then she sent something from, this is from the permitting permalink from the building
Mhm.
department, Nancy, and it actually shows you the buildings and the sheds that have been demolished, barns, a restaurant. And I know there's probably information in our files too. But it looks like it's all of the same ones that keep coming up. So you may be right. So I think what we do is put like whatever list you have and this one, put it in a file that's marked properly in our file cabinet, so that it can be found. Because I think that's part of the problem, because of some of the files in there.
Yeah.
They're very
Updated.
difficult to go through and, like you find a piece of information here and something here.
And I think the reason too would be helpful as opposed to we deem this property, okay, why did we decide that? Did we decide because of the age? And if so, that's fine. But is that why we deemed it?
Oh, for the
Yeah.
significant ones, the raised.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We demolished the biggest an eyesore.
We demolished.
Or they
it.
did a parking lot, like, all that.
Yes.
Paved
So the
paradise.
Oddfellows one,
subdivision.
I mean, that's from 1940s, was raised. We never knew that.
No, we
why it
didn't.
was.
And we
Yeah,
wanted to know that at one point. It was
Right,
like, where
right.
was it and
right.
where'd it go? And now we know where it was and we know where it
So
went.
we add Oddfellows to that list.
Well, there you go.
So, if you want to send me whatever you typed up or whatever, or you just have the list you gave us verbally.
I haven't typed up anything.
Okay.
So,
All right. All right, so. I don't know what makes that.
I don't know either. We know that during zoning one night too.
So,
Sounds like a beaver.
Stacy's has begun the project, for the Mount Hope National Register District application. She is identifying the properties on the Taunton side, and I will follow up with her for our next meeting. And the Library Building Committee, we met on September 4th. The building's getting ready for the grand opening. It'll be, who's beeping?
That's my phone.
Oh,
I
that's your
got one
phone?
too. So I sort of, what is it, a storm effect or something?
Oh,
I got the same beat.
Amber alert.
Yeah.
Your husband's not sending me anything. My husband doesn't have a phone, so that lets that out.
Probably sound asleep on the couch.
So,
That's funny.
the grand opening, as we talked about, is on September 20th at 9 a.m. I hope we're all planning to be there.
Yes.
I have a
The weather's
wedding that
nice.
day.
You have a wedding. Oh, my gosh.
Who's getting married?
Don't worry, it'll
Who's
drag.
getting married?
Friend of.
It'll drag till 6 o'clock in the evening.
No, it won't.
We're raging all night. We're raging all night, right? Raving all night, not raging,
Raving.
raving. I said raging all night. That would be.
That's not right.
That's not the right response we want to the library. Or raving, even that one.
So if things are looking good, everything's moved out of the lower level at Town Hall,
Oh,
out
wow.
of the module.
I was wondering, because I
out
didn't
of-
see anything moving anywhere.
Out of the Carnegie Building. There were some papers and stuff left according to Mark, but they had these big cardboard bins that were on wheels, and the highway department picked them up with the front loader,
Oh,
or not front, or whatever you call it,
Yeah,
and brought them to 207 Main Street, put them on the steps so they could roll in right into the building.
That's awesome.
So Britt has been working, volunteering to
Oh, how
help
nice.
with getting the books on the shelves. The reading room is going to be beautiful. The chandelier is up. It's going to have all the historic books, reference books there. Two things are back ordered. Well, the cloud lights for the kids' room, the children's room. And then the grates still that for the HVAC system in the floor, we still have to get those in. So there'll probably be some minor details that still need to be finished, but will be functional for the 20th.
great.
So, long time coming.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
and the building has kept its historical integrity. It just looks great.
It does. It looks really
Yeah.
good.
just to let you know, one of the trustees at the Lakeville Library is working on the tapestry with me, and we were at Fuller Craft in August. She was across from me, and I didn't, I'd met her a couple of times, didn't realize that she was in Lakeville, and she goes, "Oh, you must be all excited over in Dyke." I mean, she was excited that
Yeah,
we were.
yeah.
Do we know if we're gonna have any other towns coming?
Berkeley?
They may, I don't know.
I don't know if they're invited.
Yeah,
like-
yeah.
Like within our library group.
So that's really a big step for us, for the town of Dayton.
Yeah, I would say so.
So the 250th committee met last night. We're still working on the living history encampment and battle. It's coming along. We'll be requesting to meet with the Bristol Aggie trustees in October. We're ordering challenge coins to sell for $25. They'll be gold on one side. They'll have pictures of actual Dayton militia. It's Ken Pacheco, Rich Gunther. I can't remember the two other, but it's four guys in their Minutemen regalia, and they're embossed on the coin. One is a friend of Myrna's or a relative of Myrna's. Who's the? And then on the flip side, it just says Dayton celebrates 250th.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so we'll be ordering those. Myrna will be presenting about the old Bristol path. Then we're trying to make arrangements to have presentations about Deborah Sampson and Rachel Revere through History at Play. And Ebenezer Stetson, who was, what was he at the sextant at the community church? And he was a Revolutionary War veteran. So Jonathan Lane is his descendant. Jonathan Lane is from Swansea, and he is also involved with the Mass 250th committee. So I'm talking to him about having him come and talk about his own ancestor, which I think is kind of
That's cool. Yeah.
Of course, we're still selling candy bars, and we'll be at the community church on Saturday, October 4th. And plans for the Revolutionary War Monument for our Veteran Circle are in progress, and we're still fundraising. So that's that update. Under others, Zach has his street project that
Oh,
he
yeah.
wanted to share with us.
Yeah, it's not so much to share yet. It's more, so I started the project when I was thinking about historical places that related to our street names in Dayton. It just kind of got, I'm very interested in like
For people.
etymology and why things are named certain things. And I did a bit of research to find out why certain street names are names after certain things and people and places, etc. Some things I don't know and cannot find. So I don't know if in your experiences you would know of any, or even correct ones that I have, because I'm probably wrong on some of them. So
You need it.
I have plenty. I spent the afternoon. I have plenty.
I know you mentioned Estherbrook at one point.
Well,
So,
last month I mentioned
Yeah.
Estabrook and Marion Ave.
oh, perfect. Okay.
You know where they are?
Mhm.
Okay, so Marion Ave was named after Marion Roderick, who owned the property there, and Estabrook, Esther was his wife. So the two streets were named after Marion Roderick and his wife.
RIG,
Roderick,
yeah,
RODERICK.
yep. And then Esther. And then,
Ester, Esther,
And then-
wife Esther, and the husband was Marion, Marion. And I got that information from his granddaughter.
oh,
That's
that's perfect.
So you had Julian's Way on it.
Yeah, like some of them I just assumed like were after like developer's
So-
daughter or something like that, but
Julian's Way is after Julian Hayden.
Julian H.
I don't see here.
It's
John Street. and then-
John Street, and then Julian got cut off up here.
Oh,
My printer was not being very friendly this afternoon. So Howie Hayden developed it, and he was the developer builder and of that cul-de-sac, and he named that for his father. Pat, I don't know, you remember Patty Hayden?
Yeah.
That's her father.
So Julian Haygen. The developer's father.
Hayden, yep.
His father.
And they lived up on Elm Street, and Julian, what did he had a nickname. He actually worked at the package store.
Oh,
So, and then Miranda Way,
Yeah.
it's not Miranda Way anymore. It's got a different street name.
Okay.
Because that was after the Miranda brothers
That's what I assumed.
who were developing it. And I went in there this summer or spring. And of course, the GPS is telling you to go to Miranda's Way and there's no sign.
Is
for
it,
Miranda's.
is it part of Hunters? Because it kind of turns into Hunters Hill Drive. at
Yeah,
some
it's part
point.
of that,
And
yeah.
Maybe, maybe it just all became Hunters Hill Drive?
No, it's got
Oh.
a different name. I just can't remember what it was.
The preserve. Hunter's Hill became the preserve.
Yeah, but,
Yeah.
but that's easy enough. I can ask, I know a couple of people that live in there. I can ask Ann.
And then Carriage Park, I'm assuming that was just picked because it sounded nice. I haven't,
Some of it might be true for some.
I haven't found any history of like a carriage park or any reason why there would be one in that vicinity throughout the years.
Right.
So I'm assuming it probably is just a nice name.
Do you have Grace Terrace being after George Gray? You
I
have Rose Terrace being his wife?
did not. And did they live in that area or? Okay.
Sorry, he was the developer. George Gray developed Gray's Terrace. He was the builder. And his wife's name was Rose, and Rose Terrace is named after the place. On Tony's Way, do you have Anton P. Roderick?
Oh, really?
Yes. Anton P. Roderick.
The fire?
Don't go to far.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, now, do you know that Riverside Ave used to be called Talbot's Way? Do you care about that? Because the
I
two
care.
houses on the left-hand side of the road were the Talbot family, and it was called Talbot's Way. And I know your paper said something about the Longer River. Yeah, but that came later, because it was Talbot's
Oh,
Way, and now it's Riverside.
okay.
Okay?
And
Of
then,
course, you
prefer
know that
Talbot's
Lincoln
Way.
Ave was Water Street. You know
yep,
that?
yep, absolutely.
And Spring Street was Main Street. Did you know that High Street, we don't have a High Street. High Street was School and Pearl together. And if you look at the 1871 map, which is the Atlas year,
Mhm.
look at that and you'll see that they combined, well, High Street was a combination of School and Pearl, and Milliken wanted, it was a crooked, it didn't join right at a 90-degree angle. Milliken wanted that land, so he extended both of them, so now it's a real 90-degree angle, or close to it.
I wonder if any of your books will mention where Stoddard Avenue and Pearl came from. I'm assuming they were probably relatives or of people who worked in the mill, because he developed
It
them.
sounds familiar. I didn't know about Pearl, but,
Like, was it a wife? Was it a mother? Was it a?
right,
So if Lincoln Avenue used to be Water Street,
yes.
what is
What,
Water Street?
what was Water Street?
Water Street was always Water Street.
Really? So there were two Water Streets back then? North Water Street and South Water
So
Street?
there was, because there was a Main Street,
Spring Street was
Main Street, yeah.
Bizarre.
And in the 1871 Atlas, seriously, you can't make this stuff up. Smith Street, Mrs. Smith. That was her name.
Right.
Mrs.,
Right.
not Mr. Smith. We threw him out or he died. But Smith Street was named because of Mrs.
I don't
Mrs.
see
Smith
Smith Street.
lived on that street. If you look at that 1871
Yeah.
map, it's got
So
so
it
much
got
stuff
cut
on
off.
there.
People on
When you
Pembroke
talk
got a
Road.
lot of
about Bob's Lane, what did
streets
you
we
end
cut
up
out,
with?
girl.
Captain
The
William.
ones at the
Clark?
bottom.
Yes.
So after Sylvia Way,
1871
Smith Street?
Yeah,
Okay, Stanzione Drive, you have Anthony Stanzione.
Oh, no, I did not have that.
He was, yeah, that's why it's Stanzione Drive.
It was, I assume developer,
And yes, and his first name is
My
Anthony.
God, how many streets are named after developers?
a lot.
A lot.
Oh,
Sheesh.
Okay, do you have Susan Road, Rebecca Road, and Cheryl Road?
yes, I couldn't,
Off of George Baker?
no. George Baker?
Those are his daughters,
And was he the?
developers. And those were built in 1968, if you want to throw that in. I told you I've been busy.
And I knew you would know them all too.
You know Warner Boulevard, of course, is Judge Joseph E. Warner from Taunton.
Yep.
Lewis Street was J. Lewis. So it has nothing to do with the Lewises that are there now because they spell their name Louis, and this is Lewis.
And then that map showed Jay Lewis, and I was like, I don't know who that is, but for some.
I don't know who J. Lewis is, but that's what Lewis Street is at.
Sharps Lot Road.
Ah, yes. I would go with the second definition you gave regarding
Is that where you live?
Swansea. Sharps, the family was, Sharp was the name of the family.
Right.
From Swansea.
That's what I'm assuming, yeah.
Barrowby Drive, you have that?
Nope.
Mike Barrowby works on our highway department, and that was his family who.
No kidding.
Oh, that's cool.
So maybe he knows why they picked Sesame Street in a,
Well, my son doesn't know if it was his uncle who built it, but it's a Barrowby,
yeah.
and Mike Barrowby's on our highway department, so. I like the one about Mrs. Smith and Smith Street. What's her name?
Mrs. Winfield Lane. Anyone get that?
No Smith on this. Is it?
That's kind of got cut off. My
Where's Autumn
printer-
Street?
My printer decided to cut the tops and
Oh, the
bottoms
Four
off.
Seasons?
Yeah,
and it was
autumn,
after
autumn,
I
spring,
printed
winter.
it, and I was-
There's some.
That's so good. I was doing it this afternoon.
Well, it's like.
Well, when we
Mandan and,
update it, when he has it
Massasoit,
updated,
all
I'll.
those off the Main Street.
Okay,
Well,
I'll
they
tell
just-
you.
Let's put some Indian
I was
names.
like,
Just
yeah.
throw out the
Yeah.
Indian.
Well,
It's okay. I'll print them out.
I'll take you up on it.
Okay.
Winfield Lane.
You know who might know is John Jagat might know that one.
Yeah, probably would.
Yeah.
Let's see, I get nothing on that one.
Bow Street.
Well, Palmer Street was School Lane,
School Lane,
and when it was School Lane, there was a school on it.
right.
So why they changed it from School Lane to Palmer Street, evidently somebody named.
Somebody in Palmer here.
The shortest street is probably Bow Street, right?
For a street name?
The shortest street.
For a street? Yeah, it probably is.
That's the street with one house on it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that house.
It is, it's cement, it's nice, it's very nice.
What
They
what
need to-
street is
They
that?
need to update it.
About this long, it's got one house on it, it's made of cement.
Fieldstone
Top summer.
Lane, I'm assuming Fieldstone just sounded pretty.
Summer and spring.
Okay.
Is Fieldstone known for being a thing in Dayton? Fieldstone?
I think it was a developer.
Just sounded,
That was the developer.
sounded
was
nice.
that, Yeah.
And Wellington, was it really named after the Duke of Wellington?
I don't know.
That's what it said in Helen Lane's book. That it was named for the Iron Duke. And I looked it up and the Iron Duke was the Duke of Wellington. I was like, didn't say why. I was like,
For Lane.
does that sound? Cause I'm assuming Wellington Street came from it being the border
Yeah,
of where, it wasn't like the town name was from the street. It sounded like the street name became named after the separated town.
I don't know when it was named.
Me
You know,
neither.
That was like a.
Me neither. That's what I was assuming based on
Yeah.
the borders right along it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't imagine they would name the town after the street. I
Right.
would assume they would want their own identity and wouldn't have named it after the street. That would, you wouldn't say, oh, let's name it after the street. If they wanted to be separate, I wouldn't
Right.
imagine they would want to name it after something that's already there. They want their own identity.
but then what? There was such hard feelings about it. Why would you name what, it's a street Wellington?
That's what I thought too. Why would, and then I saw something like, as a Wellington company named Wellington,
maybe the president will rename it next week and call it Trump Way or something. Much like, we're changing the Gulf of Mexico.
Mexico to,
So one of those.
could be.
Yeah, that's right, it could be.
No, I thought we decided we're gonna rename some of these streets after our names.
Oh, that's right. We did talk about that.
You'll never forget my name, like
Costa.
Shara's Way.
Shara's
Shara's
Way.
Way.
Or the highway, or the highay.
Irene's Alley.
Irene's Alley.
I
love that one.
That's the best thing you've said yet.
Irene's Alley.
I don't think she agrees.
Whatever, right? Because you're not gonna be around when they name.
Wow, whoa. I wasn't even going there with it.
Spell my name, Alley.
Oh, yeah, I believe it.
Them.
Yeah.
Spell it that way.
So we
But her
have to
descendants
write that
are
down.
from-
She did not want it.
All right,
Fresh.
Is that
Meadow Way.
helpful?
Yeah, that's very, very helpful. Yeah.
Awesome.
If anything else comes up, feel free to let me know. But my plan is to when I've done a map like this before, but I've done the neighborhoods of Fall River. I wanted to do it for Dayton, but there weren't enough neighborhoods. I mean, there's sections, but
right,
and I still will probably integrate that in some way, but I do them in different colors. So any street name that was named after a person, I'll do in red. And then there'll be like bullets saying that the street was named after so-and-so. So when the whole thing is done, that's what I plan on doing. Yeah.
Okay. All right, very good. So if anyone comes up with anything else, we can just share it with.
For sure, definitely.
And we'll go from there. So our next meeting is October 14th at 6 o'clock. And then we didn't have any correspondence. So I think we're good.
Nobody writes to us.
That's okay. At least they talk to us.
Sad.
And if no one has anything else?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And we're adjourned. All right.
At 7:14.
I will